we have a very interesting occurrence, repeating itself every 3 years about. Parashas Metzora, which is probably the most remote from any holy thing, is Shabbos Hagadol. And it's really striking to have this Parashas Shabbos Hagadol. Sometimes it's Parashas Acharemois, but most of the time it's Parashas Metzora. Probably has a very deep message for us here, on Parashas Tzav, we talk about those tzaraas, holy thing, the korbanos, everything, but Parashas Metzora, the most doomed person on earth, the one that can't even stay into the machane, not the machane Kedusha, not the machane, Levim, not the machane Israel. It's got to go out in the midbar. Very interesting, very mind-boggling. And Baruch Hashem, I think this year I have a good answer for this. Let's go into the psukim to understand what's going. No, that's not the one. Sorry. Here it is. So let's go here in the psukim to understand. By Daber Hashem and Moshe, Leimo Hashem spoke to Moshe. This is what you're going to tell the Bnei Israel. Zois tihye Torahs haMetzora. This will be the Torah of the Metzora. Every time it says in the Torah, Zois Torahs, it says Zois Torahs, Zois ha'oila, Zois Torahs hachatas. Zois tihye, you never find. What's this tihye in the middle doing? And if you want to tell me this is the Torah, the Torah of the Metzora, Zois Torahs taharas haMetzora. But why don't you say it clearly if that's what you mean? Because that's what we're going to describe. But the pasuk is going to keep on having very strange languages. B'yom tahorasoi, on the day he will become pure. We know one thing. There's a tumor, you clean yourself, you tahor. But this guy is not going to become tahor. He has a different level of tumor. He's not becoming tahor in one day. It's a 2-week process. 2 weeks. So what do you say, B'yom tahorasoi? He doesn't have it. When he starts the process, he's not tahor. Look at the next word. Vehuva and hakohen. He will be brought to the kohen. He's not allowed. He's not allowed until after he did the first half of the Torah. He cannot come into Machane Yisrael even. You want to tell me he's going to go into the Machane Kedusha, to the Kohen? Then the pasuk will contradict that. V'yatsa hakohen. The Kohen will come out. No, you just said he'll be brought into the Kohen. Look at this. El michutz lamachane. Because the Metzora, this makes sense. This we don't know what it means. Vehuva el hakohen. He will be brought to the Kohen. If you're telling me the Kohen comes out and then the Metzora has to come to him, then you should have said this first, v'yatsa hakohen, and then vehuva el hakohen. This would have been very well understood because he cannot be close to anyone and not even the Kohen. But once the Kohen comes out to meet him, he's allowed to come to the Kohen. But that's not what the pasuk means. So Vera'ah Kohen, the Kohen will see. Vehine nirpa nega tzarua tzaraas min tzarua. It always goes after the Kohen. You will see Menachem in the third vort there, the whole inyan of the re'iyah of the Kohen. The Kohen sees the tumor, sees the shin dalet that's in there. Vehine nirpa nega tzaraas. Stop the pasuk right there. There's no more tzaraas on the person. or you want to say vehine nirpa hatzarua, it's fine. But vehine nirpa nega tzaraas, the leprosy is cured, min hatzarua, from the leprosy. Who's leprous? A leprosy. So this whole lotion of the pasuk is very strange. Now starts the Torah of the Kohen, which is also very strange. Vetziva HaKohen, he will order. Okay, what are you ordering? I don't know. It doesn't say in the pasuk. Velokach lamitaher, and it will take. If you're telling me that he's ordering the Metzora to go catch two birds, says velokach ha-mitaher. La mitaher is for the person who's becoming taher. So vetziva kohen velokach, who he? We're missing something in this pasuk. We don't know who it's talking about. Velokach la mitaher, he will take for the Metzora. That these psukim have no beginning, no end. Shtei tziporim chayos tehoros, two birds alive. Because since when we offering on the mizbeach or anywhere dead birds, nevela or treifa, tehoros. But because now it's going to become tamei, we allowed to bring a behemoth oif tamei to the chayos tehoros. There's no explanation for it. Very good. We'll see why he was attaching the Erez Shni Soilas and the Ezoy and the Tzipper. Look what he's going to do with that. Vetziva HaKohen, again, Veshachat es HaTzipper HaEchas. He will slaughter the first Tzipper El Kli Cheres in a clay vessel, Al Mayim Chaim. And he had to have Mayim Chaim is you're not allowed to have Mayim Sheuvim. You have to take water directly from a Maya, from a little river. So first he's gonna kill he's gonna shech the bird onto this water, so the blood will mix up with the water. Look what is he gonna do after that? As a tzipor hachaya, the live one, yikachoisa, he will take it. And now he's going to take the S8 Eretz V'Shni Toilas V'Ezoid. So it's like the lulav. You have three minim, Erez, Shni Toilas, and Ezoid are bound together. And plus he catches the live bird and dip them into that bloody water. And he's going to spritz the Metzora 7 times. What are we doing? Kishuf here? Someone who's tummy, he goes to the mikveh, he does tshuva, things like this. We understand concepts like this, but concepts where it's almost kishuf. What is he doing to take a bird and spritz onto somebody? And how is this connected to Shabbos Hagadol? So let's start now. There's a lot we have to understand because obviously the Torah is giving us a lot of remazim in this beginning of Pasha, and obviously there lies the side of the connection of what we can do and when we can achieve on Shabbos Hagadol. It's a really different perspective from the other Shiurim I gave on Shabbos Hagadol. The Midrash here on the Parasha notes or points that only by Metzora it says 5 times Zois Torah, Zois HaTorah. It says Zois Torahs Negat tzaraas, number 1. Zois Tihye Torahs HaMetzora, number 2. Zois HaTorah Lechol Negat tzaraas, 3. There are 5. 5 why? Can I get Chamisha Chumshe Torah? Because once who says Lashon Hara is over on Chamisha Chumshe Torah. That's a big statement. We saw different things about the nefesh, ruach, neshama of a person that says Lashon Hara. They leave him, and automatically he has the nachash coming inside him. And he's not living as a Jew. He's living as we're gonna see from the Zohar, he's finished in this world and he's finished in next world. Very strange. What's in there that creates such a big oven that, because basically, once a person has been over on the 5 books of the Torah, means he did Avodah Zarah. Like Avodah Zarah is a kofer in the whole Torah. He closed to himself the 50 gates of the Bina, where the Bina we know is the Olam HaTshuva, is the world of Tshuva. Tshuva is in the Bina. And therefore, he can't make Tshuva anymore. That's why he has no Olam Haba. How careful we have to be with our mouth is going to be, basically, but the result of all this and the correction of all this, we're going to see how is done on Shabbos Hagadol. Just to give you a beginning and an end, so you're going to be able to follow the Midrash also there mentions that there are 7 sins. It says in the Passover, Shesh Hinei Sonei Hashem, 6 things HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates. Vesheva To'avas Nafsho, and 7 are really disgusting for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we say something To'eva is like the level of Araya is Avodah Zarah, Shvichus Damim. So there's a machloikis in the Midrash, what he means. And Chachamim say that we're talking about the same, it's not 6 plus 7. It's 6, but the 7th is worthy as much as the first 6. And first 6 are raise the eyes, guys feel haughty, And he brings the oven, the Midrash brings the punishment of each one of them and where we see them in the Torah. However, the worst one, that's worth keneged, all the 6 of them, is the one who creates a sichsuch. He creates a fight by saying something about another Jew to his friend and creating, oh, you know what he said about you? Really, you think he's your friend and then you think he's this. You create 2 Jews to dislike each other. This is called Meshaleach Medanim. He sends fight, ben achim, between brothers. This to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he's finished. This is the person who gets the tzaraas, the worst one. And he has no way out of this. He's dying from it. Why is it so important that, someone who creates a fight, what's the level? We understand killing somebody. Yeah. We understand Avodah Zarah. We understand Arayas. The person puts himself, because he puts himself first before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so he reneges HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But someone who just says a few hints, not even the nasty way, why should you get such a great punishment? Before I said, because it is Avodah Zarah. If you take, I don't know if I wrote it, but for you to see, here it is. Shaleach, he sends Medanim, fights ben achim, between brothers, equals 643 exactly. This equals Eile Elohecha Yisrael. What on the Egel, this is as stringent as doing an Egel. If you look in the Zohar, if you look in the Midrash, I don't want to expand too much because I need to get to the Kesher with the Shabbos Hagadol and explain you the in deep note, you know, what it means. So I want to go a little bit faster at the beginning. But someone who talks between two friends, he is doing the Chet HaEgel. He says, Eile Elohecha Yisrael, because if you believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is listening to you, you wouldn't do that. He's next to you. How would you do that looking at HaKadosh Baruch Hu? How can you talk about one of his children? It's none of your business what it looks like. You know, keep your business and just focus on it. No, you're reneging Chas v'shalom HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You do. That person is doing the ego. Look how, boom, it comes up. I should have stayed on the Shiur here. The Zohar brings a pasuk to explain the seriousness of the chet of the Metzora. He brings the following pasuk in Koheles. Ve'zarach hashemesh, the sun will shine. Uva hashemesh, the sun will set. Ve'el mekoimo shoyef, and he wants to return to his place. Zoireyachu sham, he will be shining there. Makes a lot of sense to you, this pasuk? No, to me neither. Shlomo Melech says the Zohar, Ve'zorach hashemesh, the sun will shine when the baby is born. Uva hashamesh, and the sun will set when it's time for that person to leave this world. At that time, he will see the Shekhinah. The Shekhinah appears to every person with the same pasuk. A baby left the womb of his mother, with the same pasuk, he will leave the womb of this world. Hine Elokeinu zeh. Right away, we're going to recognize and remember, the memory will come back. That was the Shekhinah. That was HaKadosh Baruch Hu that was with us in the womb and that lit an air for us. Now we recognize him. And now the person is looking with one slight look. Oh my God, this is the truth. What have I done in my life? Boom, the neshama is gone. Why? When you see the Shekhinah, the person thinks that his neshama will be bound, attached to the Shekhinah again, and therefore he leaves his body suddenly like this. But truly, it's going to depend on the action of that person. But the person says, as Zohar says, if he was b'shuva, no matter what he did in his life, if he was b'shuva, at the moment he left, Zoreyachu sham, he will shine also over there. Let's keep just this in mind for a little second and understand what's happening. A person has sinned all his life, comes his last days, he's doing the al-chet, he's doing the vidur, he really means it. He really understands where he's going. HaKadosh Baruch Hu forgives him, and he's going to go to Olam Haba like a tzaddik gamor, and so forth. But says the Zohar, this is true for any other chet. There's one chet HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not forgive. It's Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara is doomed in this world. He's doomed in the next, and he's not coming back. The same way he was a Metzora in this world, he will be a Metzora in the next world, and he's not coming back in Tchias HaMeis. What happened? Where is the tshuva? We explained before. The 50, since he reneged HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's Avodah Zarah, the 50 Sha'arei Bina are close to him. And the tshuva is behind those doors. So how do you access the tshuva if you don't have the key to that door? I would like to show you this in the words of the Pasuk. We ask the question, Zois Tihye. This will be Torah's HaMetzora, the Torah, the laws of the Metzora. We ask the question, Zois, we always know is the Shechina. We learned that many times already. If you take those words that are basically superfluous here, we could have done without it. Zois Tihye equals 828, 2 times or and such. The person, HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us in the hint here, the person who spoke Lashon Hara, he loses the Or and Sof in this world, so he's not attached to Bnei Israel or to HaKadosh Baruch Hu anymore, but also in the world to come. That's why it's not 414, it's 828. The Torah calculated to give us this hint exactly like the word of the Zohar. I mean, the Zohar didn't take it out of a vacuum. It's written in the Pasuk, Zois Tihye. And without Or and Sof, there's no life. The life of the Bnei Israel is the Or and Sof. Explains the Chavrusa of the Ramchal, Rav Moshe David Valley, the Fusa Yagan Aleinu. He explained that all the behaviors that we imposed on the Metzora was to break him so he can make tshuva. It's already strange. We say there's no tshuva. But he goes on. He says that he's not allowed to wear nice clothes. He has to wear torn clothes. Why? Because this shows that he understands that up there, the levush of oil that was around him, he tore it apart. To satisfy his mouth, to satisfy the little hatred. He's not a what to wear yarmulke, nothing. He can have a hat. Oh, I want to daven, I want to be from. There's no such a thing. He should have a bare head. To show what? That he removed even the first 3 midas keser chochma bina from him. Remember those words I'm saying. That he removed veroisho yefarua. Why he has to remove? He's not allowed to wear anything on his head, because as a sign that he removed all the 10 spheres of the Kedusha, and he doesn't even have the first 3 remaining, the Yud-K. Doesn't have anything remaining of the Kedusha. Ve'al safam yate, and can talk. This week, I'm going to explain what he means that Ve'al safam yate. Let me show you quickly, see how things work with that. Okay, he's being punished. Means the Shem Elohim is involved. Roisha Parua, we have to remove these 2 letters because he removed the Yud K from him. What's remaining here? Ile, the mute. He's not allowed to talk. And that's the touch in the Passover. So just to show you that everything works mamish with letters. The Tamei Yikra. A lot of ink has been spilled on this to explain these words. What it means, the Tamei Yikra. Pshat Pashut is when he sees a Jew coming by, he has to tell him, Tamei. It means he has to say loud, Tamei. And everyone knows there's a Metzora over there. I'm not allowed to approach, because if I approach, then his tumor will jump on the person. If you look at him, the tumor will jump at that person. You got to stay away and turn your head and just move on. Go in the other direction. The Zohar HaKadosh in Parashas Vayishlach is giving a different touch. He says, V'tamei Yikra. He says he had to be Tamei sitting by himself in the desert when there's no one. He had to be alone. Badad Yeshev Michutz Lamachane Moishaboy. I'm going to go explain this pasuk also, because all these Shabbos Hagadol will answer. All these things that we bring, Shabbos Hagadol. So we have here, the Zohar says, Tamei Yikra is the ruach of Tumah, the shadim that went into him, they call the others. That's why he's in the midbar, because they call their friends. Hey, we have a Jew here. It was Kaddish and everything. The ski is, come on in. So his tumah, as it says in the pasuk, Kol yemei asher hanega boy, all the time that the nega, the tzaraas is in him, yitma tamei. Now, yitma, what does it mean tamei? He will become more and more tamei. The fact that he spoke Lashon Hara, he reached a high level of tumah, but that's only the beginning. Because as soon as the first Ruchos Rois are coming into him, and the Kohen says, Tamei, he has to run outside the Machne, and then whatever bodies they have, these shadim, they start calling their friends, come on in, you're welcome here, there's plenty of room, let's come in. And the guy feels terrible. That's the touch of the Zohar HaKadosh. The Moshe David Valley, the Chavrusa of the Ramchal brings this pasuk I want to show you in Yeshaya, V'sair al re'ehu yikra. Sair, if you look in the Metzuda, is there. If you look in the Malbim, we call them the shed. They call Seirim because they have legs of Seir. They have hooves in their feet. Some have chicken feet, but those ones that we call Sair, they have, and these are the nasty ones. Al Re'ehu, upon his friend Yikra, he will call. Exactly like to touch the pasuk in the Zohar, but Tamei Yikra, that we're talking about these mamash, these people, these shindalet that they go into it. You understand from last week's Shiur that it's a midah keneged midah. It's very simple. The person did what? Badad. He has to remain alone. How much equals badad? Badad equals yud. 10. Because he refuted all the 10 spheroids, because he took out even the yud of the yud ke vav ke, and so forth. Everything is true. I gave a long pirush on this in one of the things, but it's not for tonight. And we see that midah keneged midah, he has to rebuild the yud. The first thing he has to do alone we don't ask him to rebuild the hey, we ask him to rebuild the yud, the hardest letter, the highest letter, which represent keser and chokhmah. The koitz on the yud is keser. The yud itself, the body of the yud, is chokhmah. I mean, this guy cannot do anything good. All that happens to him is he becomes more and more tamei, and we tell him, you know something? You have to recreate a yud. How does he do that? How is it possible to ask a person a task to recreate a yud when he has no access to the bina even? Here there's a huge soil. If we take this whole Indian of Tamei Yikra, because as much as it's there's an Indian to talk about the big avla that Lashon Hara creates in a person and everything. There's also a mitzvah to talk about how to correct a person and how to rebuild it, to understand through what I can rebuild myself. Because the Gemara says, there are 3 avoinas that a person does every day. One of them is Lashon Hara. So all of us have a task, especially on Shabbos Hagadol, to understand what to do in order to correct it. Because it's so easy on Shabbos Hagadol, and you will understand why. And you will understand why on the night of the Seder also this happens. Here, he calls Shechina Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. Because this guy, by talking, he separated the Shechina, the Yichud of Amen, the Yichud of Malach, the Yichud of Sukkah. He disconnected it with his Lashon Hara. When you disconnect a Jew from Knesset Israel, you don't disconnect him, you're disconnecting yourself. Why? Because you disconnected the Shechina and Yud-Ke Vav-Ke at that time. And they go say, who did that? Who dared interfere with the upper Yichud in Shamayim? And say this one. Badad Yeshev Michutz Lamachane Moishavoy, he should be out. Here it is a pasuk, Badad Yeshev Michutz Lamachane Moishavoy. He wanted that person to be alone, to have no friend. That's exactly his oynish. Like the Nachash. He wanted Adam Arishon to be removed. Who was removed? It's the Nachash himself. Who was cursed? It's the Nachash himself. So we see now already, he needs the Yud Badad Yeshev. And he needs to recreate the bond between the Shekhinah and Yud-Ke Vav-Ke. A person can do that, but he needs the Bina to help him, the upper mother, because she's here to help. But this guy has no help, so how is it possible to do it? He is in a place where he's surrounded, he's becoming crazy with his side, because while he's in the desert, and he has to be alone, where the Gemara says in Brachos, that these funky guys appear to him, and they scare him, and he's gonna spend 7 full days, against 7 meters, screaming out of his mind, out of fear. So let's see the words of the apostle. Badad Yeshev, he will sit alone. Michutz lamachane, it should have been the end of the pasuk, then we adding moishavoy. There will be his residence, he'll reside there. why did the pasuk needed to add this word, moishavot? It was enough to tell me, but he has to see the lawn. Yeshev and moishavot, it's exactly the same root. So you don't add me anything with this. So why did you repeat it? Just for what I told you. Moishavot equals 354 equals shady. He's sitting. Hashem wants to show him, you want to start talking? You want to start being one of them? Okay, be my guest, just go with them. And he's going to be with them all that time. Now, the pasuk is going to tell us that after 7 days, the Kohen will have to check the Metzora to see if the tzaraas passed. And some, it's not going to be. He's going to have to go for another cycle of 7 days. Why? Because he didn't make tshuva. The tshuva he did was out of fear because he wants out of there and he was better in his house, with his friends and so forth. He's longing for that time, but he did not recreate the Yud. He did not put the Shechina and the Yud Kevavke together. The tzaraas cannot do. In that case, why there's no third time in case? Because the Torah tells you. Once he realized, when the Kohen gives him the news, you have to stay again a second time, he can't go through that fear again. That time, he works on himself. And now this is what we have to find out, what is he doing in order to change himself to the better? What needs to be done? You have to understand, and the previous Midrash says it, Pepe Mole, clearly. What is the source of all this? Why is someone allowing himself to speak Lashon Hara? Why? Just like this, he feels a need? No. Because he's a Baal Gaiva. Because he has Gasus Aruach. He's a grubber person. That's the reason. If someone ever feels himself, even though he can overcome the feeling, he has to understand, I need to work right away on Gaiva. If I feel the need to put another Jew down, means I have Gaiva. I'm not going after the right, I'm not on the right path, and I don't have the right values. Even though he didn't save me, Hashemayim, they saved him, but he has to. And the proof, we said, and that's going to give us the first peek of the correction and what to go after. We said Tamei Yikra equals 411 equals Shechina and Yud Kevav. But this is going to tell us also what's his problem. If you take Ani, I'm going to fill it up. Aleph, Nun, Yud. I'm going to take the back. Ani, simple, is the front, full, and I'm going to take the back, which is called Aleph, Aleph Nun, Aleph Nun Yud. Sorry, when you write like this, it's considered the Achoraim, the back. You have this equals 411 exactly. The source of his tumor, it's because he felt I exist. But when a person exists, we said last week, he's not Alpha Va'efer. Doesn't have the midah of Avraham Avinu. Therefore, he takes space in the world. If you take space in the world, means HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you consider that HaKadosh Baruch Hu cannot be on that space because it's your space, not his space. And therefore, the person at that point, when he starts taking space in this world, is getting out of the world. It's not your world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says. It's time for you to get out of here. And he gets out by the wrong door. It would have been something to go out through the right door, but he's going out through the wrong door. The Zohar explains on this. Where is the Zohar? In Parashas Vayishlach. Explained on this. When someone talks in this world, as soon as we use our mouth, you see, we make vibration. Those vibrations, whatever, just it's an image, go up and right away open up the other dibur in Shamayim. As soon as a person opens his mouth to talk, right away in Shamayim, oh, he's going to talk. Maybe he's going to say praise to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Maybe he's going to say, oh, you said something nasty. You want to become Tamei. Don't worry. We're going to help you. Right away, the door is open. His nefesh ruach neshama of Gedusha comes in. The nachash, boom, the someone goes inside. He's finished. You want to, the person, Shlomo HaMelech told us, Maves v'chayim b'yad halash. Death, which is the nachash, life, which is the Gedusha, b'yad halash. Everything, the life of a person is according of his use of his mouth. A lot of the time we go look for different kind of solution to the darkness. We've been hitting by darkness. Instead of going through and try to tackle the problem, we should just change the mouth. There is something to do, as we're going to see, and enable the person to regain his status in Am Yisrael. Before I start going to the other side, I'm going to show you a couple of things just in the lashon of the pasuk, so you will see how much more there is. I'm just giving you a quick peek. Okay, put it that way. When I said before that when the tzaraas was not cured after 7 days, because tzaraas is not a sickness, everything is given by HaKadosh Baruch Hu and could be taken by HaKadosh Baruch Hu as soon as the person has accomplished what he's supposed to do. It says tzaraas mam eres. Mam eres comes from the lashon, the cursed. What do you call it, the cursed? Because it comes from the nachash, like the Midrash says, arur ata, he should be cursed. The Midrash says right away he was cursed with tzaraas. Anyone who misuses his mouth gets the tzaraas, but first speak to the solution. Ba'esh tisharet. Has to be burnt in the fire. Okay, you don't have the bina, my friend. You don't have kolshik and the chokhmah. You don't have the keser. You're not even having the 7 lower meters. But there's one thing you can do. Ba'esh tisaret, and it works. Let's analyze first what is tzaraas mam eres. I understand this is going to go for a second cycle of 7 days. Not fun. No, after what we described, it's really not fun. But why do you call it the curse? Call it it's a tough tzaraas, or I don't know, but cursed in here. No, it's the oynish of that person. What happens to this, you will understand. $11 times a month. Basically, this person, He did like the tzaraas, but the tzaraas to the sum on the other side. It all depends. It all depends how far the person went. There's so many psukim I bring down. I mean, we'll be here till the night of the Seder if I had to bring you all the depth here. But just in general, a person that really be nasty, you know, Moitzi Shemra, he was Moitzi Dibara, can't stop say Lashon Hara about someone else that he, just because the other one towers over him and makes him some shade. He takes it that way instead of going and learning with that from that person, all B'nai Yisrael. It's only Torah. And Torah is what Moshe gave us, and we have to learn from whoever we can learn. This person indulged himself into it, and he created this. Now, Ba'esh Tisaref, we're going to pass the Yud Aleph. And it's Machoi Emche. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu said about Amalek, I mean, he has to do it himself. He doesn't have to erase. It's mamish like Amalek, that you have to erase even, erase. Okay, I'm willing to do the job. What am I supposed to do? You have to understand what you've done first. And what you understand, then you can realize. Tzaraas equals 760. Keser, Chachma, Bina. You affected the first 3 meters. For some of the guys back there that learn a certain Haggadah, does he ring you a bell, 760? Does he ring you the bell of Pisaim and Ramses? Does he ring you the bell of Kanfen Esharim? You understand? Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Next time you open your microphone and you say it before me. So now you understand why the shibud happened in Mitzrayim? Does he give you a peek? All of a sudden, we prior to Shabbos Hagadol right here with the tzaraas. We start understanding the Makkah, but we need to understand the Tikkun because the Tikkun was Kanfen Esharim, right? What happened in Mitzrayim? They were enslaved in Pisam and Ramses, which equals 760. And they were freed by Kanfen Esharim when they had to do Korban Pesach, because they had to do the Milah and the Pesach, which is one. It's one and the same Tikkun, as we'll see, you know, I'm going to have a bit of time to explain you that. It's the same Tikkun, and now they came back to Egypt. So for those who don't know, the Targum Yonasan said, and the Chida HaKadosh also says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu went to say, Va'esa eschem al kanfei nesharim, and I will take you upon, it's done on a covered, because you're not allowed to bring Korban Pesach outside Har HaBayis. You're not allowed to. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to take the Anane Kaved, make them travel to Eretz Yisrael, do Korban Pesach on the Mizbeach where Avraham Avinu wanted to slaughter Yitzchak Avinu, on that Mizbeach where Yaakov slept, on that Mizbeach that he made and he anointed with oil, that Mizbeach, this is where they did Korban Pesach. Now that they've done the mitzvah, they came back to Mitzrayim. Look at this. So we know the Oynesh. We know why. Because he affected Keser Chochma Bina. We know there's a solution to it. Why? Because we see it in Mitzrayim. When they were in Pisam and Ramses, HaKadosh Baruch Hu took them for 2 mitzvahs outside of Mitzrayim. How do I connect the dots here and I make it happen? So every person knows what he has to do on Shabbos Hagadol to be mesak in this. Let's take that puzzle. There's a generation People they feel, I'm holy. Umitzoi osoi loy ruchat. While from his tzoya is refused, he didn't clean himself. They're stupid people, like in our generation. We think we are holy and everything, and we still have a refuse on us. We were not cleaned up. Always good to have the head down. There's no one that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves more than a person that holds himself as a Benoid. Not as a Rasha, that's not a mitzvah, not as a tzaddik, but as a Benoidi. Every time it says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm not complete, help me being complete. Because this is a guy that sees that he still has on him from the tzoya of the Nachash. Another pasuk says on this third, Der Charavois Shino. There's a door, the teeth are swords, meaning they can't, I'm smart, I know how to answer this guy, and I know how to answer this guy. Shut him up. I should show him who's a man here, who's a master here. Really. Was really worth it. Really worth it. Let me explain you what this pasuk tell us about the tikkun. The Zohar explained in Parashas Vayetze that when Yaakov told Esau, "Vayhi shoyer v'chamoyer," and the Torah told us, so Yaakov was hinting to Esau, shoyer is you, Esau. Chamoyer is Ishmael, that you took a daughter from him in order to bind together with his muzzle. So you're coming to me as Shur and Chamoyer. Said, I've had it. Don't worry. This doesn't scare me. There's nothing you can do. Says the Zohar, when you put these two clippers together, like we see today, Iran and United States, when United States doesn't want to do anything against Iran, don't upset the Arabs. Don't respond to Israel. Don't do nothing. Shur Chamoyer equals 760. These are the clippers that if we put them together, they will destroy the world. The world destruction will happen when these two clippers will get together. And it's happening before our lifetime. Before our eyes. And this is tzaraas. This is the leprosies of the world. And the same way by the Goyim, leprosy has no cure to the world, it has no cure. That's why the Torah told us never to put them together, because, and if you take the 760 and Pisam and Ramses and what we said, Sharim, you're always going to find that 760 is 2 times 380. 380 being Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim, the Zohar says it's the name of the Sar on top. HaKadosh Baruch Hu destroyed Mitzrayim down here, but he destroyed Mitzrayim also up there. That's exactly what we need. There was no one to help us in Mitzrayim. There was no one to bring us to the Geula. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu did a huge Geula. What happened? What happened? You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. You saw that little picture on the Shiur. You have this little lamp. The little lamp did it. Say, what do we say when we were on Tefillin? Kadesh li kol bechor peter kol rechem bivnei Yisrael b'adam avim alihu. We have a mitzvah of peter chamor tivdei vese. Whenever there's a firstborn of a chamor, you have to redeem him with the se. What did they take on Shabbos Hagadol? They took a say. Not a A's. They don't call him a A's. They don't call him nothing. It's a say. What's going on? The Zohar explained the whole mitzvah of Petech Hamor is, you know what happens? That when you don't redeem a Hamor, you have to kill him from the back of the head. Why? This is atrocious. Since when we do things like this? So Torah says, I gave you a way out of this. Just redeem him on the Seder, and you're done. And you can use the Hamor. You don't want to redeem him. We need to kill him from the back of the head with the sword. In other words, this is an image to the person himself. You know where you're standing? You don't want to do that mitzvah. You know where you're standing? You see what's happening to the Hamor? Zohar says, it's you, the Hamor. ... You know what's supposed to happen to you. And this is what's going to happen later to you in a different way. But we see that the Se that represent Israel, because we say the Navi Yirmiyah calls us Se Pezura Yisrael. Doesn't say there's many ways, Keves, it doesn't say any other words. It's always this Se. What is the side of the Se? We learned it last week. Se equals 305, equals Allah. Says the Zohar HaKadosh, when a person fights his Yetzer Hara, who looks like a Hamor, and strengthen his Yetzer HaTov, who looks like a Se, the Hamor will turn as a Se. In other words, in the abstract, yes, if you have an angel, a fiery angel like the Yetzer Hara, you can do nothing. But the Torah says there's a very simple way to turn him around. Fight him as a Se, like a lamb. No, come on, you got to be serious. This is a big animal. I'm going to fight him. I can fight him. I'm just a little baby. Just do it. Because this is the strength of the Bnei Israel. It's the Se Pezura Yisrael. Israel is Nimshal to Se. Se equals 305, equals Allah. Where is the Satan? On the earth. Where is on the Metzora? Where are the powers of evil? On the earth. So we learned last week that he has to do to remove the Besar Olosoi with the Milah. Told you that we're going to come right away now on Shabbos Hagadol to see that Milah and Pesach were one, and this is Shabbos Hagadol. And what did I do? I'm going to do exactly everything the Metzora has to do in an instant on Shabbos Hagadol. He has to remove Besar Olosoi. How much is Besar? Besar is 502. 502 equals Esav Yishmael. Shiur Hamor. Oh, great. How do I remove them? What did they do, the Bnei Israel? They were not ashamed. They went and they took a Se and they attached it to one of the legs of the bed, so it goes and not be afraid, meaning deciding, oh, my neighbors, you know, the Egyptians, they're going to kill me. I took their God, everything. How is it possible? How is this? How is that? By the way, Ischatzo is here now. So it's even more a moment where Shara Shomayim are open, and each one should take this big Indian to learn. So I bring you into my Chatzois Laila. It's a big Indian to learn this Inyanim. There's nothing that raises the Shechina higher than this. Especially now when we come to these soidos of how to do tshuva. So now I know where I have a chamor and a shiur. These are the clippers that are responsible, and I know where they're attaching themselves. Kadosh Baruch Hu told us before Shabbos Hagadol how to correct this. Take a sip. And then we're going to shech this. And we're going to do Korban Pesach with that. We're going to take the Ola. Now I'm connecting to the dots we didn't have before with the words of the Zohar HaKadosh. And I'm going to say, you know what? I've had it with this Yetzer Hara. I'm deciding from now on to be good. I don't care if the Bina is not here. I don't care if no one is here to accept my tshuva, then I do not. But for Hashem, I'm doing it. I know what I've done, and I want to correct this. Parentheses to everybody. Yoni, I made a mistake last week. Yud Ke Vav Ke, it's all Pasach, even the last hay. The whole week I wanted to send it to you. Okay, sorry. Now seeing you it reminds me. Okay, now you know the answer. Shkoyach. So close the parentheses here. So, okay, we need a few more steps to understand how do we do that. We had a pasuk before. Der tahar be'einav, there's a der, righteous, and they are holy in their eyes. Umitzoi osoi loy ruchatz. And I'm going to answer after that also this pasuk, and you will see. What's this mitzoi osoi? It's a tough word. But this is a magical word. Magical beyond magical, that's going to put us on track like crazy. Equals magical number of 543. You guys should jump at me already on this number. First of all, let's go in order. Peter Chamer equals 542. So when a person has tzoy on him, we understand, yes, there is such a thing as bringing the say, and we know the say is the olah, and now we know that this is the shmutz that's on the person. And this is the way to remove the shmutz to do a peter chamor. Okay, we don't have peter chamor. We in Shabbos Hagadol, what do we do? Okay, no problem. You know the name of the Geula? The last one, Keye Asher Keye. Keye in the Keser, Asher that is, Keye in the Bina. Indeed, the 50 gates are closed. But you have one aftacha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave to Moshe that's already came out of the Bina. Emol Ibnei Yisrael says to Ibnei Yisrael, Keye Asher Keye. I'm giving you this side of Keye Asher Keye that's going to be. You remember the shiur we had that the Chida said, whenever a person is in tzara and he davens to the Shem, Keye Hashem Keye, he's guaranteed that it's going to be heard. This, how does he get out of the Ola? It's because he has to choose to daven to the Shem, Keye Asher Keye, to clean himself. What did he do wrong? Look, Charaves. If I change the letters, I change the order, I could go like this. Uvacharta. What it says in the pasuk? And you shall choose And you shall choose. But I didn't choose. I chose the wrong one. And I turned the letters, instead of listening to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I turned the letters into charavis. This equals 616. Equals, I'm going to write it our way from now on. Kasa, kamag, kana. Who wants to explain it?
Menachem, go for it.
Shemes of the Bina.
Shemes of the Bina in full. Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey with the Yudin. For those who are not so familiar, is Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey. Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey. Aleph, Hey, Yud, Hey. Aleph, Hey, Yud. Sorry, I made a mistake. And I'm going to give you a site on top of this in here. Hey, this equals venake. So you understand right away that there's a cleaning of avoidance. This equals mikveh destara. You see these four shemas? These are the four kavanas of the first four brachas on any yontif. Pesach is coming, right? Now you have in front of your eyes Magen Avram, Mechayim Eisim, Magen Avram, Mechayim Eisim, Ata Kadosh, and Ata Bechaltanu at the end. Mekadesh Hashavos Yisrael B'Azmanim, here it is. You need the last three, right? Okay, just for those who want to know. It's Elohim, the three names of Elohim like this. Aleph, Eloi, Lamed, Hey, Yud, Mem. Aleph, Lamed, Hey, Yud, Mem. Aleph, Lamed, Hey, Yud, Mem. Well, they'll explain you all this. But here's the 7 brachas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you go the whole Shemona Esrei, or every yontif. So now we see that person inverted, but he cannot choose and get back to the shemes here because he has keye ashekeye, which is outside. He's above the 50 she'arim of Bina. Why? Because here, the same way tzaraas is 760, but also we have the tikkun kanfen nisharim. Once you start raising the Shekhinah will bring you back to your position here. And how do we get to this? We say twice a day, after Shema, Emes ve'Yatziv, right? And we say in the evening, Emes ve'Emunah. That's how when we daven for Kiyah Shekiyah in daven. It's all 543. V'asisa atoy ve'ayashar be'inei Hashem Elokecha. There in the Passover, you can add hatoiv ve'hayashar. Everything I told you in that share, once he decides, everything is mamish in the words of the Zohar. Umitzoi asoi, he's gonna be. Okay, that's very nice. So what do I do in Shabbos Hagadol? Okay, fine. You take Keye, or I would say even better, this one. But anyway, they're all equal, so it doesn't make any difference. We take this. So I'm going to copy it. Umitzoy asoi. Now you decide to bring the oil. So we're gonna have, you decided to go to the light. Together, this equals 750 equals Shabbos Hagadol. It doesn't matter where you at. In Shabbos Hagadol, the oil is available. You attach yourself to this oil, and wherever you are at that time, you're coming back. The same way on the night of the Seder. Why don't we have to do all the steps of tshuva like in Yom Kippur? Because we are in the Bina already. We are inside. Just use the oil and the proof is, if we use Shabbos Hagadol, we add in the Shem Keye of the Bina. And if you put the letters before Keye, it's a Shem Kodesh, coming like this. This name, Beis Vav Chav Vav, which is 34, is the name that takes away all the dinim. All the dinim. Equals Besar Ova. This is your tikkun. Yes, you need the Keye Keye, meaning you need to decide to speak MS, to attach yourself to the Keye Keye. Yes, you need to do the MS Veyatzi. When there's MS, even though it doesn't make you happy, learn how to stand by the MS. Yes, it's MS Ve'emuna. You need to have MS, and through it, even when it's hard, you need to have Emuna in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that this happened is because this is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted. And you have to seek Hatoy Ve'ayashar, not what you want, what suits you. You have to seek Hatoy Ve'ayashar. With these feelings, you have Shabbos Hagadol in front of you. And on Shabbos Hagadol, you get wiped out from everything. You totally uvacharta, and the whole bina, you can't finish sharim. Now you have Seh of Milah and Korban Pesach together, and these are the mitzvahs that save a person at the times of anywhere, and despite how deep, he went down. I'm just going to stop recording here, but I want to talk, since I talked to Menachem today, I saw through the question that there's still a lot of misconception out there. I would have never dreamt that, but I'm going to pass on to you a few halachas on Pesach, but first I'm going to stop recording on the Shiur here. Maybe I should leave them, so, they'll be ready for another time. Quickly, the mitzvah of the Leila Seder is to start Kiddush by Nacht. Marib, you did it before, that doesn't matter. It's the mitzvah is the Kiddush has to be on the Tesvav at night. How much do you have to drink? Revis lechatchila yoyotze. However, there's an Indian, depending on the cup, you have a roiv kois. So if you take a big cup, unfortunately, you will have to go for a few revis because you have to pass the dinim. So you have to go with the roiv, with the mitzvah being finish your cup. So if you take a swimming pool, you're going to have to drink a swimming pool. But if you take a kois that holds a revis, all you have to do, and to be yoytze all this, just drink the revis. You don't have to do more. On the kazesim, because people are fearful so much of not being mekayim the mitzvah, so they go all ballistic. We have the Chafetz Chaim that opened us the road and cleared up already what to do. The reason we eat 2 kazesim on moitzi matzah, it's because we have a suffix on which of the 3 we have to make moitzi matzah, first 2 or last 2. And therefore we take a kazais from each one. But this, it brings down in Bir Halacha, is true only for those who hold these matzahs because they have the suffix. But once you give someone the kazaisim, there's no suffix. So if someone, even though it's a big inyan al pisoy to eat 5 kazaisim, but what's worst in the mitzvah, oh, I can't eat it, the mitzvah is gone. Someone is going to eat the kazesim, a woman just can't, she gave birth not too long ago, many reasons, she can't. Guys, there's halacha. Give her one kazais. Even for moitzi matzah, even though it's a mitzvah d'oraisa, but the mitzvah d'oraisa in Beit HaMikdash was one kazais, not two. The only reason we have two is because we have a suffix. That's all. Now, if they can eat two and make smaller kazesim, it's fine. It's even better. But let's not go to do a chumrah that's going to cost the mitzvah d'oraisa. A person should never be in the mood, or I can't eat, or I'm not really going to be eating out of simcha, out of will. I'm really kind of grinding my teeth. Even if this happens, don't say any word, because the mitzvah is gone at that point. So this happens very often in affliction, that people can't eat anymore. Oh no, what do you think? Boom. The truth is that person, even though he ate two kazesim, he has to redo affliction. He has to redo it. So you see how many problems we're getting into. Therefore, the shiurim, I think Menachem, you should pass the shiurim of Moshe on this. And you should prepare. We do that in my house every Erev Pesach in the afternoon. We prepare the kazesim into little bags and we put a name. Why? Because for women, we don't go more than 15 grams, which is a tiny piece. On the first one, we try to give them, a little bit higher if they can. Second level, if they cannot take 29 grams like the chatchila d'oraisa, then we go with the 21 grams or one kazais, and that's it. Because it's too much to eat, for them, and they cannot. I'd rather they do the mitzvah. They're not going to do me the mitzvah of the, but who said they're not yotzei the suffix? There's enough shittas that they've been yotzei the chatchila d'oraisa on this. And now, but on Pesach, we want to do every shita. Okay, you want to do every shita, but the mainstream is the Chafetz Chaim, and this is our master, and he has opened the road. After that, please stop giving big kazais, because this is where people trip. So even though I do eat a big kazais on the afikoymer, but I eat almost nothing on Shulchan Aruch. So I have it in mind that for me, the kazesim, because the kazesim are keneged yamadin in Rosh Hashanah. But someone who wants to make the mitzvah, there's an Indian to eat in Shulchan Aruch. So a person should do it. But then he should be smart. Don't go use the 21 or 29 grams, because it's only the Rabbanan. Don't use 29 grams kazesim, use 15 grams kazesim. So altogether, you're going to eat 30 grams. You're going to digest it. It's very easy. It's going down within a minute. You're going to be finished. So all besides moitzi matzah, all the others to women, I think it's an avla to give them more than 15 grams. For men, Rav Moshe said 15 grams. Someone is smarter than Rav Moshe, please do whatever you want. But for me, the kids, bar mitzvah above, whatever they want. You want a 29 grams, I give you, but be smart. It's like those who can drink the first two koises, they took swimming pool, and all of a sudden, instead of reading the Haggadah, they're reading you the Megillah, the in Haman and Esther. That's not the mitzvah. The mitzvah is, if you don't have real wine, which is with a little bit of like a Rashi with 5 degrees, take grape juice, pour a bit of wine in there, to make it real wine. And that's it, you yotzei the mitzvah. But it's much better to do small koises, so when you get to kois revi, you still have a taiva, you still do the mitzvah with the will. You don't lose the mitzvah. That's the key here. That's the key. Now, the other thing that people have, these do like this and these do like that, some people kind of go quickly on the Haggadah to get to Shulchan Aruch because they feel the mitzvah is to do with the children around Shulchan Aruch and go talk about Yetzias Mitzrayim. And there are those call these guys goyim, and chas v'shalom, that they go very slow on the Agada and they barely make afikoymen by chatzos. Chafetz Chaim says the right way is tzarich iyur. This one is right about what they're doing, and this one is right about what they're doing. Which one is the right way? He says tzarich iyur. Everyone should do according to his minhag. There's nothing to look down at a person because he goes quickly to Shulchan Aruch or because he's taking a lot more time. As you used to, when you get the lettuce is lechatchila the best maror. I know some people use grain and everything. They should remove it. The Chafetz Chaim write it black on white. The mitzvah, the chatchila of maror, is one of the 5 sorts of maror brought down in the Gemara. The romaine is lechatchila the best maror. Don't put it grain on it that doesn't, that's not part of maror. Why don't guy put a flame in his mouth if he wants to hurt himself? This is maror. This is not maror. This is not maror. Maror is, there's a whole Indian why maror is marves, and trust me, maror is the romaine lettuce, and just take it. It's there now. It's only the Rabbanon maror also here. You don't have to take, 3 heads and try to stuff yourself with that. No mitzvah there. The maror is a kazais. A kazais of the maror. If you can do a kazais, the chatchila, you're a man and you're good shape and everything, you can do it. 29 grams, great for you. If the girls that are 12 years old, they don't like the lettuce or whatever, they can make a 15 grams. They are yoitze lechatchila with this. So this is where I want to bring down everything. And anyone has a question on this? I mean, my son is bucking David in the Shiurim, how to do them. And big advice, take small choices for the Seder. Don't think it's a big Indian. It's grob to have these big choices on a table. In Europe, they would never sit on a table. These people would look at animals take small choices where you have a revis, and so like this, you're doing the same mitzvah, al pi the mitzvah, and al pi soy that you finish every time the whole cup. It's kedai. You will see the Seder goes much happier and easier, and people are not going to be stuffed and looking at the more matzah and no more matzah. And contrary, they're going to want more matzah. And that's why in Shulchan Aruch it's kedai to lower the intake of matzah, so you can do the afikoymen with the right intent and type. And afikoymen for ladies, by me, my house, it's only 1 kazais. Only 1, not 2. By myself, I take 2 to make the 5 kazaisim. I take 2. I tell the boys, whoever can make 2 should make 2, but only if he's willing. Because if he's not willing and inside it's really not, then he should not do. He should do 1 and be yotzei halacha. Halacha and soid are connected at the last 2 inside. So you have pshat, drush, and then you have halacha, and then you have soid. And these 2 are connected. At least you are in the pnimis. It's enough. Let's not try to get HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants it that way. No other way.